Hi everyone, it's Giselle back here with an energy reading for our divine partners and guidance for us. I know I've been doing quite a few of these over the past few days, but I was really guided to do it again today because there's a lot of people contacting me with an anxious energy, bit of impatience. I'm even getting a sense of very resentful, demanding, very kind of putting their foot down, I've had enough, I'm fed up. But this morning I actually woke up with a message that was just so clear to me that it couldn't be ignored from my divine masculine. I dreamt about him last night as well, which is just amazing because I'm sure I connect with him anyway every single night, but sometimes I don't remember my dreams, and I've not had a vivid dream that I clearly remembered since about the 15th of November. So now, this morning, I woke up and it was amazing. We were going out on a date. I was hugging him and holding him, and I could feel it. It was so vivid. It was so nice. So yeah, I woke up feeling really good and was guided to read two letters out, which I will do that at the end of this reading. The letters were just so blatantly just saying, read me, because I saw something online with his name on it and had these two numbers against it. And because he spells his name in a very particular way, it's not the most obvious spelling as well. It was just so clear. I mean, how could I miss that? That's a clear sign. So I'm going to start off this reading with a few cards I was guided to look at. The first one, excuse me, is the Page of Pentacles, and this is how his energy is feeling at the moment. So this card signifies to me that he is, and I'm saying he because to me it is a masculine. It may be different for you, but just ignore, if I say he or she, it doesn't matter. Doesn't, just do whatever feels right for you. Basically, this is a card signifying new beginnings, wanting to start afresh, wanting to start again with a fresh approach, a very new approach. It just feels like a source of inspiration and motivation, and just, it's so, I feel very light when I tune into this, very happy and very determined to make things work, to have this fresh start. So this is his current energy that he wants us to know. Secondly, our guidance and our energy and how they see us is that we are the Queen of Pentacles to them. This is a very motherly, very nurturing and loving energy. And this is what I feel they are longing for. They are longing for this warmth, this coming home, this feeling of being loved and feeling that they can trust our love and that we will not let them down, basically, that we love them unconditionally. This is so lovely, so warm. The next card is, I asked, how do you see yourself at the moment? And they are saying they see themselves as the hermit. And I've actually noticed this type of energy on the physical as well. So this is being backed up by physical evidence. They're currently pulling away from people and situations that they are not able to continue on with. People may be turning their back against them as well because of this. Because they are seeking a higher purpose. They are seeking a deeper meaning. I felt that for the longest time they kind of shied away from doing this because it was so hard, and so they couldn't see a way out. It's like they were hitting a brick wall. The fog was too thick. They couldn't actually see how to make this happen. But now it's very clear that they do want to seek out this spiritual path because it's something they've always felt drawn to but kind of shied away from. And I totally resonate with this journey. I mean, I was like this when I first started along this pathway, along this journey of realizing my own spiritual journey, because I think this was, let me just have a little think. Yeah, about 10 years ago, 2007. Prior to that, I was very confused. I was detaching myself because the religion I was brought up in didn't resonate with me anymore. It was very limiting and there was a lot of fear mongering, and I didn't at all resonate with that anymore. And it felt so wrong and so unfair. And it sort of made me question, if God is love, then why is all this fear mongering going on? And if I don't do this or that, then I'll be punished, and all that very negative conditioning attached to it, basically. And I broke free from that the few years prior to my curiosity peaking in, I believe it was 2007 or slightly before that. I myself went into this turning away from certain things, and people never understood me, and I felt that they were turning their backs on me as well for exploring this journey and wanting to be on this path rather than the one that they were on. And I can completely understand what my divine partner is going through, and why he feels that people won't understand him. I feel that on the physical, when he looks at things logically, he may think that I won't understand him, but on a soul level, he knows. He knows I understand him completely because we are on the same wavelength, we are on the same pathway, and I will completely understand him, and I support him because I am going through exactly the same. Next card I asked is, how do they see us? And I've had this card in a previous reading. My fairy tale one was Alice in Wonderland, which was the Wheel of Fortune in this deck. So they see us as the Wheel of Fortune. And again, this is saying that the fortune is turning in our favor for both the feminine and the masculine. And that basically they want to start again. I just get this overwhelming energy. They want to start afresh, with this and with this card. They just want to start a brand new beginning with us. They want to just start again. I often hear things like, oh, I know I kind of messed up a little bit, but I want to start again. I want to start from scratch. I want to just meet again as if it was the first time, but this time do it right. And that's how I feel. And that's how I feel positive that they see us that way. We are willing to give them that fresh start because, of course, we love them unconditionally. Why would we not want to give them that feeling of, yes, of course you can start again. And no, I don't hold any resentment at all. I've forgiven and forgotten, I know some people get a bit resentful and they say stuff like, well, I can forgive or try and forgive, but I'll never forget. That is not how it's supposed to be, because if you don't forget, you haven't fully forgiven either, because you are still harboring negativity. You are still holding on to resentment. So let that go. Sorry, I'm laughing at myself because I sound really preachy right now. But yeah, this is what I'm being told, basically. So, moving on from that, the next few cards I've asked him to guide me to are, how are you feeling within your energy at the moment? And isn't this beautiful? The doorway to romance. They want a fresh start. They want to open the door to romance, but not just to romance in the sense that they knew it before. They want a completely brand new start, an overhaul. They want none of the old ways, basically, the old ways that romance was seen in the past. None of that, because that wasn't true love. That was conditional. That was, oh, I'll love you if ... With us, it's, I love you regardless. I already love you and I'll always love you. There's nothing you can do that could change that. And this is what they want. This is what they need. And they know that we can give them that because they see us as this. We can give them that unconditional love. We can. And we're ready. But we're not going to rush them. I certainly am not going to rush mine. He can come forward whenever he's happy to, and I'm perfectly okay with that. Because I'm here, and I'll continue on doing the work that I'm guided to do. And I will not rush him along because I know that that's really unfair. You know? You can't drag someone by their heels if they're not ready. It's so unfair. Like, how would you feel? I know if I was forced to do something I didn't want to do, I would be resentful and I would be very reluctant and not cooperative whatsoever. Someone says to me, oh, you have to do this, you know, say for instance, take 3 years ago when I was in the midst of trying to figure out what my life was going to be. My job and the career path I've chosen didn't work out the way I wanted it to. And I'd come across a lot of setbacks. Someone said to me, well, you're going to quit this and you're going to start up a spiritual business and you're going to do spiritual life coaching for people now instead. I would be like, what? Are you joking? What? I'm ill-equipped. I'm not prepared. I feel completely inadequate. How am I even going to do that? So, of course, this is how they're feeling. You can't force them. You can't force them. But what you can do is energetically encourage them. They can feel you and they know what you're thinking and how you're feeling. And if you're harboring resentment, they feel that. And it's not making them want to open up because they know that they're going to be met with this anger, this sense of entitlement, this demanding energy. And that's not what this is supposed to be. So if you recognize that within yourself, accept, okay, fair enough, I'm only human. I'm still learning. But learn to let that go. And the more open you can be, and the less you have to, because ultimatums don't work. I've seen it in you know, true situations on the earth plane, on the physical. People put ultimatums and put their foot down. Their partner retaliates. They may go along with it for a little while, but it doesn't work, and eventually things break down. So give them the time that they ask for, and they promise it'll be worth your wait. You know, it may take a little time now, but they're not gonna do this forever. They have to come to you. They will come to you. They promise this to you. And they'll make it worth your wait. They'll make it up to you. They promise. The next card, and oh my god. How accurate is that? Patience. I'm laughing because I was just talking about patience, and also I used to hate this card. I used to resent this card so much at the beginning of my journey whenever I drew it, and I don't know if you can tell, but my cards are really worn, like properly. See, the plastic is coming off. That's how much I've used them. But I used to actually despise getting this card. How much more patience do I have to have? And I'm getting this energy with a lot of people who've been contacting me. Oh, it's been years. I've been doing all the work. Why can't they show themselves to me? What's going on? I'm gonna quit. With that, you know, I'll just tell you, you can get as many readings as you want, but unless you change your perspective and feel things out with your heart, you know, it's not going to go away. And you have to ask yourself, and this is why I've also put a series up discussing my soulmates and false twin lessons as well, is because I had this feeling about a false twin before. I was like, I'm ready for them to come in. I've done all the work. I thought. I definitely hadn't by then. You know, and I was like getting really angry and resentful and just putting my foot down and energetically getting really angry with them and sending them quite very impatient feelings. But of course they were never going to come to me because A, they weren't my true love. And this is why you have to really go in. If you feel this anger and this resentment towards this patience that's needed, go into your heart. If you feel, because you'll know if they are the one. If you go into your heart, you calm yourself, you quiet your mind, And what I'm thinking of doing as well, I'll put some meditations up to help you with that in the next few videos. I'll just load up some short meditations that you can do with me. So go into your heart and clear your mind out completely. Then go within and check what you feel there. If your heart is saying to you, this isn't the one, you have to accept it because your heart never lies. But if your heart says to you, yes, they are the one, and they love you, and they will be with you, not only will you feel it in your heart, but you feel their energy as well. With my false twin, I never felt his energy, ever. I would like to imagine that I did, but it wasn't true. I could feel it was all a lie. I felt it, but I was stubborn. And it's just one of the things I had to learn. Through patience, through perseverance, you learn these things, and only when I was fully ready to meet my true love in the physical, that's when we actually met. But before then, no, it wasn't going to happen. So have patience. I'm okay with this card now, and when you can be at peace with something like this, that's when you know, yep, I'm ready. Not only is this patience saying that give them the time to figure things out, don't force them into things. It's also got the Wheel of Fortune there. Again, just like we had the Wheel of Fortune at the beginning. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in our favor. Definitely. I mean, to have the Wheel of Fortune come up 3 times now, well, twice in this reading, and at the start of my fairy tale reading, which I only did, what was it, about 1 or 2 days ago. It's a clear thing. When things keep showing up, it's to say something to you. Pay attention. The wheels are turning. You may not be seeing it on the physical, or maybe only slightly see it, but in the background, backstage, they are working on it. Trust that. That's why they see themselves as the hermit, and they've had to turn within. They've disconnected from people. And they may need to disconnect from you as well, which is, that's okay, that's understandable, that's fine. Because you can feel the connection on a spiritual level, and that's all you need. Of course, that's not all you're going to need forever, because eventually we will have to come back together. But that's all you need for now. As long as you don't feel disconnected from them spiritually, you know that they're working on it, so trust that. Trust them, they want you to trust them. So show that, you can't just say, oh, I'm ready for you to come in, but then you don't trust them, and you're not willing to give them this flexibility and this time to figure things out. You have to put your money where your mouth is, basically, You can't just say things and not live up. And I know I'm very preachy during this reading, and that's how I'm feeling that I should be, I'm being guided to be like this. I'm not normally like this. If you check out my other readings, I'm definitely not like this. But today, this is what I'm guided to do. Because I feel that people need it. Because I've had just too many messages. And I'm sure other people that I follow, Nikki, and when she did her Divine Love Crystal Grid message this morning, she had the same thing. She drew a card saying ride the waves, which I thought was perfect because my twin loves to surf, and yep, that's him. But she said that a lot of people were going to get their backs up because of that. And yeah, I feel so, but sometimes Spirit gives us a bit of tough love, They love us, but they need to show us something a little bit more direct. And yes, I can be very gentle and very romantic at times, but now is not the time, they're saying. Now you have to really be preaching so people can hear you, So anyway, let's move away from that. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, not fully moving away. I've just been guided to this card. They want us to pay attention. So these are messages from our divine partners to us. And what they're saying is, with regards to codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. I would say be quite broad with what this could mean to you personally, because I don't feel I'm addicted to any substances or alcohol or anything like that specifically. But it's mainly saying, let go, let go of the codependency, let go of this basically. Patience. Have faith. Trust in them. Stop being so codependent. Stop trying to check in every 24 hour, however long. Just be patient. And stop being codependent. I know this is tough love. I mean, wow. If this was me getting this reading a few months ago, I would feel quite like shaken up, thinking, yikes, that's very, very direct and quite stern, but sometimes it's needed. And this message I'm getting is what they want to say that they're working on. Religious factors. Your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So as they are seeing themselves as the hermit right now, they are really working on determining these. It doesn't have to be religious per se, just a spiritual. So spirituality is affecting your pathway. You know, they are going within, which is why you're needing some of the patience, basically. Give them that time to work that out. You know, you couldn't be rushed on your spiritual path. I mean, if you were given all the information you knew now, all at once at the very beginning, my head would have exploded back in the day. I would have been overwhelmed had I known now known then what I know now. I wouldn't have been able to handle it. It would have been way too much for me. So that's what they're saying. Another message they want us to know is that they are working on things on the physical as well as on the spiritual. They want to be able to bring us physical abundance, you know. They want to be able to take care of us. They want to have something to offer. I know when I met my twin, they were only just starting out, finding their feet, finding their direction. They just kind of come out of finishing at university about a year. Yeah, they've only been out of uni for about a year. And they were really kind of lost. I could sense it within them. So they didn't feel stable enough. For some weird reason, they put me on a pedestal a little bit. And I'm sure that they kind of felt a bit overwhelmed with, oh gosh, she deserves so much more that I can give right now. I don't think I can do this. And I can understand why they felt discouraged. But I think they're getting over that now, you know. They don't need to put us on a pedestal and see us in that way. Of course, it's lovely to have them think that and that they want to provide. They still want to provide, but I'm getting a sense of they're no longer so overwhelmed because they found us quite intimidating because of the way they put us on a pedestal. I'm getting that sense of intimidation is starting to fade now, which is good because I want to be equals. I don't want to be this queen and him just being a page. Of course not. I want us to be equals. And now they are bringing in the abundance, but on a more realistic level. And that's a great message. And what they ultimately want, and this is so perfect, is a happy family. The rainbow. And to have babies with us. Oh, this is something that I've just always wanted with him. And I'm so happy to see that this is something that they also feel they can have with us now. Amazing. So I asked, is there anything more that you want to tell us? And the following message to accompany this beautiful card is yes. This could be the one. Well, this is the one. I know it's in my heart. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. And again, oh, look. There's the two, the divine feminine and masculine, the two babies. Divine feminine, masculine, and the two little angel babies. Oh my god. This is so sweet. Oh, wow. I'm getting emotional again. But that's just a beautiful message. And it shows that they really do want this starting a beautiful family. This feeling of starting over. Yes, we want to start a family with you. Yes, we want to have this beautiful life with you. We want to give you your happily ever after because you deserve it, and so do we. And it will be worth waiting for. I had this card. This came up during the very first reading I did, and it's come up again today as a message that they want to share. This is worth waiting for, definitely, definitely. You know, your patience will be rewarded. Yes, your patience will be rewarded. So remember the card that we had, the patience card, the one that will get people's backs up, right? Don't worry, your patience will be rewarded. It's worth waiting for. So don't worry at all, is what they're saying to us. Okay? The next message they have for us is notice the synchronicities. Okay? So your prayers and questions are being answered by synchronistic events. Notice them in order to increase the flow. So, and this is something that I resonate with so much because this morning when I saw someone with my twin's name on exactly the way he spells it as well, which I thought was unusual when we first met, you know. I mean, how can you miss that? And it came up with 2 numbers, which I will read out the letters that it came with. But these synchronistic things basically is whenever you see synchronicities, don't just think, because when you're in doubt, you can think, oh no, but that's just coincidence. I'm sure that lots of coincidences happen, but don't see them as that, you know? See them for what they are. They are messages for you. They are messages for you, and the more you notice them, the more you'll see as well. Definitely. Okay, so some guidance for us. Clarity of belief, which again, it's amazing how these cards just, it's like a story, you know. Notice the synchronicities. Have clarity of belief so that you can grow a miracle. You can make magic happen. Make sure that you are clear. Allow your mind to be quiet, to be clear, to be still, so that you don't have the doubt anymore. And you are exactly 100% certain of where you want to be. Look, he's got his hand on his heart. So whenever his mind is playing tricks on him, put your hand on your heart, go into your heart, and get rid of that doubt. Just clear it. And have clarity. The more clear you are, the more your divine partner is going to feel that security that you have, that 100% knowing. It just feeds through to them. They know it, they can feel it, and it draws them to you. Next card. Throat chakra. I love this card. Communication. What they're saying is, pay attention. We are communicating with you all the time. You know, I get this very excited energy when I tune into this. Very excited. Expect the unexpected. If we haven't communicated with you in a while, we will. Trust that. But also, we are always communicating with you. We're sending you messages, songs. You can hear us talking through other people, through conversations. Pay attention. We are communicating with you. And then a final message from our divine partners is, although you may not understand it now, everything happens for a reason. And they are fitting our puzzle pieces together. We will come together and complete our puzzle of love. I'm just so... I feel so peaceful right now. This reading is beautiful. And I would like to finish on 2 letters, because I was guided to read out 2. These are letters from Divine Love Crystal Grids, Bella Tinks on Amazon. I'll pop the description in, the link in the description. This is book 2. First letter I was guided to is letter number 26. I want you to know everything about me. I've never had that before with anyone. That I felt comfortable enough to share my deepest thoughts, my deepest secrets, and not feel embarrassed or ashamed. That's why I love you so much. For the first time ever in my life, I really felt wanted, felt loved, felt understood, felt like I mattered, and I wasn't just a bystander for someone else or a stopgap. You made me feel like I was the most special person on earth. And now I want to be that for you. I want to love you how we were made to love, with every ounce of our souls pouring out of our hearts, our bodies celebrating in each other, feeling each other's souls entwining with each other's through our bodies in our sacred union. I want that. And this is really a message that I felt was for me, and I'm sure many of you will resonate with that, because my divine partner hasn't really elaborated very much on his previous relationships, but because I know him energetically, I pretty much feel what he's been through. And so everyone he was with was kind of like not accepting fully of him. Like, they had an image that they wanted him to be. They had an idea of what they wanted him to be, but as soon as they were with him and he didn't completely match up to that idea, that idealistic image that they had, they dropped him, basically. And he was scared. He was scared to expose all the parts of him in fear of having that happen again. But what they're saying is, you made me feel like I was the most special person on earth. That's why they put us on this pedestal. And now I want to be that for you. I want to love you how we were meant to be loved. You know, they're saying they felt understood and that they mattered, and that they were not just a bystander for someone else or a stopgap. And that's the thing. They are not a stopgap. Definitely not. And this is what they're saying to us. This is why this is such a big deal. If it was just any old relationship,